This is it. We are rolling. This is episode 460. No Laugh Track Podcast. I am Justin Severson, the host. We're here at Acme Comedy Company. It's a Thursday, but if you're listening to this, I mean, it's Monday, it's Tuesday, it's whatever day you're listening. I am here with a first-time guest. We've been chatting. You missed all the good stuff, so hopefully we left a little bit here. Nate Craig is with me here, and we left some good stuff for this next half hour, right?
Tons of meat on the bone.
Tons of meat on the bone.
Thank you for having me.
Honored
to do it.
It's great to meet you, finally.
Lovely to meet you, sir.
It's great to have you at Acme.
The one and only, the highly acclaimed A+, one of the favorite clubs in the country for any of my friends.
Yeah. You're buddies with Kevin Bozeman, yes?
Bozeman, yes, of course.
I figured.
Sure.
Yeah.
As close as you can get to that level of stardom.
Right.
That's supernova.
I mean, he keeps you at
you can't fly
too
close to the sun. Yeah.
That's right. I would be able to see what happened if you got too close to that heat. Absolutely.
Right.
I'd see it right in front of me here.
Right.
Well, he's a great guy. He's been on this podcast a bunch of times.
I'm sure, yeah.
There's our one of our connections here. Also, I found out you and I have something in common besides knowing Kevin Bozeman and a million other comedians. We both grind our teeth.
Oh.
Do you still?
Yes.
Of course. You don't.
Yes.
Does anybody outgrow grinding their teeth at night?
I don't know. That'd be a real good sales pitch for like a palm reader or some sort of hypnotist or some sort of not a palm reader, but like some any kind of like huckster, psych shrink type fixer. If they could get my brain to not do that, I'd pay them whatever they charged.
Do you remember when the dentist noticed or you noticed that was happening?
I legit would wake my parents up in the next room
because it was so loud.
It would pop. My teeth would pop.
I mean, I heard you mention that in your act.
Yeah.
Just that word "pop."
Popping your teeth. I've never. I mean, I've never heard it. I have to be really far asleep
for it to happen.
think for that to for my my head to try to hurt me like that. It's a really weird thing.
Yes.
Because you need your teeth.
Yeah.
There's some disconnect between my, the brain and the skeleton so that is allowed to go down. I'd rather punch myself in the face when I slept.
Right.
I at least then I'd wake up.
Yeah. I'm like, why am I so intense in bed? Like,
dude, if
sleeping.
I don't, and sometimes I'll be traveling, I'll be like, okay, I'll just leave. I forgot my mouth guard, whatever. I'm just gone for 3 days. I mean, I wake up with my teeth are soft.
Yeah.
When I wake up.
Isn't it crazy?
I work on them.
Yes.
And then you learn there's grinding, there's gnashing.
Yeah. Yes.
There's clenching, which is a different level, but it's the sawing, which causes the noise.
So I have to. We'll move on from this discussion.
When did you discover that you?
Probably high school, maybe early high school. I think it was a dentist that said, you have these like abrasions on your teeth. You're really clearly going back and forth on them when you're sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I remember. So then, you get fitted, like you brought up, you end up with a mouth guard, like similar to the one I had when I played, Little League football, right? The first one you get is
way more expensive.
It's from the
than
dentist, and it's, $16,000, and you almost vomit getting fitted for it. Then you move on and you buy, I'm sure like me, do you use the store-bought ones?
I do not.
You still go to the dentist?
I got to go bulletproof glass, dude. I got to go bulletproof glass, man. I am on my, well, first of all, I chewed through. He tried to get me on like and I came back I was chewing this because there's one with like metal and glass. There's like wires and stuff to like guide your teeth into the thing. And I chewed right through that. He was like, "You chewed through?" I was like, "Yeah, I went over that." And then and he's like, "Okay, well, we got another option, we make one for tigers." And so then I got that one. And I am on now my second one of those.
Oh my God!
That one, the first one, I still have because I mean, God forbid you lose one.
Right.
And then you
have to sell your car to get a new one.
Look like when in Looney Tunes when the guy falls off a fucking building or something, and it's the piano keys.
Absolutely, I know what you're talking about.
So I'm on my second one of those, and the first one has cracks in it. I mean, it's still functional. It's a gnarly looking thing, dude.
Do you?
Sunken pirate ship. That thing looks like it's got fucking.
It's covered in kelp.
It's covered and just cracks, barnacles, and
Do you are married? Correct.
I am. Yes. Yeah.
Do you remember the first time you had to let your female friend know about? Was there a warning when you put it in, or took it out in the morning, or?
Yes. I mean, like when we got to the point where I would like stay over at her house, or she would. Well, no, I would have it. She lived alone. I still had my friend Chris Fairbanks was my roommate at the time, and so we would stay at her house, and I would say, if you hear me grinding my teeth, just wake me up. Do whatever you have to do to get me out of that.
Yeah.
And like put your hand on my face or just like nudge me or something.
Yeah.
So that was when I breached that topic.
I see. And then you did, and then she woke you up. You're like, well, I have something to deal with.
My wife's a wonderful person, so she was very empathetic. She was like, "What?"
Oh wow, that's.
she was instantly like, "Oh, this is a damaged person."
And then you had to tell her about all the other stuff.
Yeah,
this
right.
is just this is just the appetizer of the things that are wrong with me.
Don't worry, they're my baby teeth.
I remember being in college, and I had I'd misplaced one of the mouth guards I had. Like it got lost, I don't know, in my bed or something on the floor. I don't know. Like it fell out of my mouth while I was sleeping, and I couldn't find it. Well, then the girl that I was dating came over and spent the night, and she found it randomly on the ground, like picked it up, and she's like, "What the fuck is this?" And I had to, I was embarrassed. I was like, that's not how I want you to find out.
Well, she wasn't helping. She sounds like kind of we got rid of her, huh?
We were roommates with two other people, and she broke up with me very soon after that. And I found out because she just stopped coming home.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
We're not friends anymore.
Well, she didn't care about your teeth.
No.
How is she going to care about you?
Yeah, I should have known. Speaking of couples caring about each other, so I'm on a old man, like D-League softball team. Play Thursday nights.
The only league to play in.
Right. We normally play Thursday nights. This is a Thursday. A text message went around from the guy that kind of coordinates everything. He's like, hey, because it's Memorial Weekend, we're not going to play this weekend.
On Thursday?
Yeah, which I think is strange. Like,
sounds like the best Thursday of the year.
Right. Yeah, it should be. It should be. Like, party time can kind of start now.
Like
Let's
tonight. Hey, real quick, guys, we might not make it through 9 innings tonight. We're going to floor it hard. There's going to be a keg on second base.
Exactly. Yeah. How many people are taking the day off or going out of town tomorrow? Let's start tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's no game, apparently. But one of the guys on the team said, hey, I'm going to read this word for word. What time are people going to the bar that sponsors us? What time are people going to the bar? Because I have to tell my wife I'm playing so I can get out of the house.
I mean, that's what the D-League's for, right?
He's not. Hey, this was on the schedule. All right? I'm freaking leaving the house.
We put the D in absentee dad.
Yeah. I'm not, just in case someone from the team's listening, I'm not going to say who that was, but not all of us are married, so you do the math. You do the math. But,
Coach. It's Coach.
So freaking funny. So let's talk about, so last night was your first show here at Acme.
So fun.
Yeah?
Really good house.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Have you been working a lot leading up to this week?
Yeah. I've been getting ready to. I'm taping a special at the Green Mill in Chicago next week, which is this ridiculous jazz club, old Al Capone haunt, bullet holes in the wall, tunneling under the stage, all that jazz.
Yes. Let's pause and talk about that for just a little bit more because I looked that up. So you're gonna record next week. It's in Chicago.
All Things Comedy is shooting it, and I didn't think I was going to get that place, and the guy agreed to it, and so it's going down. And so I've just been trying to get the the hour material ready.
Nice.
As you do, and it's been really fun. So I've been able to work. I've been working a good amount. I've been trying to just work steady since I got vaccinated last year.
Okay.
Because like everybody else, my calendar went away, and all I wanted was to keep doing this for a job.
Did you do Zoom shows at the beginning of COVID and stuff?
I did, and then I stopped quickly.
Yeah.
That was not anything
No.
at all anywhere near why I started doing stand-up, so I didn't need that.
Yeah.
I appreciated everybody who did it, and I really appreciate everybody who watched those. That was awesome. I really thought that was cool, how people were like, oh, yeah, no, we're looking for human interaction. I mean, because of all the places to completely lose track of interacting with people, the internet online is, you could just fall into a wormhole where you're only ever reading what's being fed to you by machines, and that was a unique an experience, I think, as people could seek out, and so that was awesome to me. I just didn't like doing it. It wasn't, there was no exchange. You couldn't really feed off of the people watching.
No, let's never go back there. we experienced it. We have stories about it. Let's never go back.
Some people loved it. Some people became comedians then, and I would never book them at my comedy.
Some people they're still doing it. I'm on some list where I get updates every week about
Zoom shows.
Yes.
In this economy? Wow.
Yeah.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
the names are not recognizable on these lineups anymore.
Yeah, I'd
like
keep
they
it
were.
secret too if I was still doing Zoom shows.
That's funny.
Who is that for? Can we just stay inside forever?
That's funny. So
this week on blankets.
This Green Mill place sounds awesome.
Oh, dude.
Sounds so cool.
It's I cannot believe I got to that the owner let me do it. I mean, I had to kind of triangulate and really, and also it's not free.
It says I looked up they have a Wikipedia page for this place.
Oh, dude, they're not. Yeah, it's so, the Green Mill's so cool. They don't have like social media. It's one of those places.
Oh.
Like they don't need anything.
Yeah.
The Green Mill is like, it's as Chicago gets. It's like, it's up on Broadway. It's not even in the Loop. It used to be far enough out so that, it was kind of like a safe place.
Interesting.
And then there's legit a tunnel.
Yes.
Down through the stage
that
goes 3 blocks away to where Capone would escape the authorities or anybody trying to shoot him.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Have you gone into the tunnel?
Not yet.
No.
But I'm wondering if maybe I can take a look at it after the taping.
I mean, you'd think so.
I'm hoping to just really knock this out and make the guy glad that he allowed me to tape there, because I've never seen anything taped there.
Well, according to their Wikipedia page, only a Chicago-based comic, Whitney Chitwood,
Oh, sure, yeah.
recorded her 2019 album, The Bakery Case, live at the Green Mill, and it was the first comedy album to be recorded at the club.
That's right. There was an album recorded there. They have. Oh, well, I cannot go without talking about. They have as far as I know, and I've only done it once, but all my friends down in Chicago bragged to me about this show they have on Saturday afternoon at, I think it's 3 p.m.
Oh, wow.
At the Green Mill. And the Green Mill, the poetry slam was invented there.
Yeah, I saw that.
Mark Smith runs the poetry. It still goes.
Crazy.
I went there when I first moved to Chicago after college. I started comedy in Madison. I moved to Chicago right away. I didn't know what the city of Chicago was going to show me.
Sure.
And so I started going to everything, and the Green Mill was where early landing spot. And I went there, like, it was my first, I moved there in October when I first moved there right out of college. The Christmas show I went, and Mark Smith came out of the trap door in the stage behind the bar. The main stage, I'm going to shoot on the bar. The main stage has the Green Mill sign, the big green neon sign.
Okay.
I just remember coming in and having a huddle in the back, like towards the street. There's like a long kind of bar, and then it curves, and then the main room, and I was all the way in the back. And I just remember seeing this guy dressed as like the Ghost of Christmas Past or something, and coming out and doing poetry, which can be great, can be awful, but he's incredible.
Sure.
And, I just remember this spotlight behind him, and I was just like amazed. I was a young kid. I was discovering Chicago, which remains maybe my favorite city that I've been to. And it was just so cool. It left an impression. So to be able to do this now, over 20 years later, I think is I can't, I'm beside myself. But
that's so cool.
It really is that spot. It really is that spot. I mean, and they have a show on Saturdays now, and I finally got to do it. It's called Paper Machete. They bill it as a live magazine.
Okay.
And so they have music, which never a good combo, stand up and music. It's never a good combo. They do it, and they do it very well.
Wow.
It's like they have access to the best musicians in the world. It's the Green Mill. So they have that gear, which no places have that are really doing stand up ever. So you have these incredible musicians, and Chicago's the kind of town that has them. They're locals.
Yep.
Or touring, as like I think Renan Hirschberg was on the show. He was doing Zanies, and I was in town doing the Comedy Bar. So like whoever's coming through, headliners coming through to the clubs in the city will come up and do it if they hear about it.
Oh shit! Oh, that's awesome.
It's absolutely, and they like, one of the bar managers is famous for shushing people. Like, she's got her own Yelp page.
What?
Like where people like talk about being shushed about shit. Like, yeah, like the
she's
staff,
like the soup Nazi version.
The staff there is celebrities. Like and so she jumped down my throat because I was again in the back on the show going last, and I FaceTime my wife to show her this place. I was like, I might have to push to try to. This is incredible.
Yeah.
Because everybody was so dialed into the show. They are there. I mean, the host, Chris Pyatt, is this incredibly talented dude, and him and his production team, they run. I shit you not, dude. I think it's the best show in America. He opened with like I don't know, man, like a 5, maybe 8-minute monologue about, it went from like, it traced like modern corporate policy at Disney all the way back through like vaudeville. Like, it was a very intellectual kind of piece with jokes all the way through it. That like, that's only gonna land at like a lit slam. You know what I mean? Like that's only gonna land in front of a crowd that is
first of all listening very intently.
Yeah. And so they have the ability to go, which we both observed, it sounds like what I'm talking about when it's a music and comedy. It's not a good comedy. So crowds don't really have that. They're not going to a show to be that invested.
Yeah.
To go, even if it's a comedy show, if a crowd came to a comedy club expecting to give the kind of focus that stand-up comedy requires, because the silence is also as important as the laughs. What with the tension and the release of the tension. And they don't expect to have there be full volume going on in the room. So once there is, they kind of relax, and they move into talking, and they move into kind of a little bit more. It's a different level of attention.
Yeah.
But to be able to go 0 to 60 and back to 0 again, as far as like how much dedicated silence and focus you're having, is just it's a next level stuff for an audience. I mean, it's a trained audience, it's an engaged audience, it's an imaginative audience, and it's a incredibly dedicated group of people to be able to do that and feel rewarded. I mean, it was genuine.
Yeah.
They're there for the whole thing. They want to see. They care about the flow of the show. They care about all that. And it's just like, I don't know, man. I'm over. And I don't mean to sound like an idiot blabbering over it, but it was really cool to see.
It's all cool.
I mean, it's hard to do.
Right.
If you're producing shows, I mean, most comics have to produce their own shows at some point or another. I've produced my own shows. It's hard to do that. So I went up and it went well, and the lady who yelled at me for FaceTiming, I forget what they call her on the internet. It's literally like the shush lady or something like that. She was, as I'm getting announced, she's like, "Oh, I didn't know you were going on stage." I was like, "Yeah, why'd you think I was walking around like I own the place?" And I made her laugh, and that was like the most important laugh, because then the set went well, and I was like, "That's it, dude. I have to try to get this place." So I immediately went over to her. I was like, "Would he ever let somebody record her?" She was like, he let Whitney do her album here, but you'd have to talk to him about it. And I mean, I don't know. Maybe she put in a good word for me. I think it was a genuine. I think we had made a genuine connection.
Check Yelp to make sure.
Right. Yeah, I know. It's so anyway.
What do you consider your home club?
Zanies.
Zanies.
Zanies in Old Town.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, where are you living now?
L.A.
L.A.
Live in L.A.
How long have you been there?
12 years, 12, 13, 14 years. I moved out there right after the Bears lost the Super Bowl. How about that for 07?
Okay.
The Rex Grossman Bears. That was a fun dismount
Rex
from the city of
Grossman.
Chicago.
Yeah, sure. Uh-huh. Yeah, didn't they win a Super Bowl?
Nah, not in a while.
No.
Not since 1985.
That's the most. Okay, so I'm thinking, in my mind, they won that Super Bowl with Rex Grossman. I think I was just so amazed that they made it that in my mind
they were a
had to
good
win.
team. Yeah, well, if you
So
stopped
insane.
watching after the opening kickoff, they won. Yeah, it was Devin Hester. I did watch that in Chicago with all my buddies. I got a lot of good Bear fan friends, but I was for them. I was rooting for the Bears, but I'm a Packer fan. So
Sure. Well, then what? So then, what are your emotional ties to the Vikings? Hate? Don't care? Hate?
Firm, strong hate.
Yeah.
I like the stadium though. I like the mega church. That looks good. They did a good job. It looks cool on TV. Looks like it's a lot of natural light in there, so that people can get a full picture when they lose in week 17 every year to miss the playoffs. They make the playoffs though. Vikes make the playoffs. That's why you hate them, because they're decent.
Yeah, it's the making the playoffs and then that quick exit.
Yep.
That's what ends up hurting so bad sometimes. Do you have a Wisconsin, of course, known for their bars, known for beer, milk, etc., cheese. What is your favorite bar in Madison?
Wow.
Do you have a favorite bar? That's where you're from, right?
Yeah.
Madison?
Yeah. Well,
Do you have a favorite bar?
I have. Of course, I do. Madison is. I'm really love going home to Madison. It's a great town. But my favorite restaurant and bar is the Green Bush Bar, and that is there used to be an old Italian district there. It's kind of been developed out a little bit. There used to be a couple great bars, a couple great sandwich spots, and
what's so good about this place?
It's my favorite place for dinner, but the bar is also so great. And it's right kind of a couple blocks away from the Kohl Center. So, people go there before hockey games and basketball games and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's downstairs. It's low. It's dark. It's just great.
Yeah.
It's great. And my friends worked there when we were in college, and it's where I want to go when I go home.
Nice.
Yeah, it's great. The Green Bush.
So I'm going to tell you a little bit something about me.
Also, sorry.
Yeah.
Just forgive me. Since we're plugging things in Madison.
Yeah.
My friends also did a great job with their bar on State Street, Cask and Ale.
Oh.
And I don't know of a better whiskey bar. I don't know of a better whiskey bar, and they have I don't know, 40 drafts, and it's all bonkers quality booze.
Yeah, now you're talking.
If you're drinking beer or whiskey, they have house-made, barrel-aged brandy and bourbon old fashions coming out of a barrel.
Jeez.
They have, the wall
That's
of
quite a
whiskey
gimmick.
and brandy and scotch and everything is, it's incredible. And then they have, sours and stouts and ambers and ales and IPAs. And
hazy IPAs are my thing right now.
I wish I could drink hazy. They give me bubble guts. I can't do it. I like an IPA, that's for sure. I'm that dude.
I'm all
on Team IPA, but I can't do hazies. Yeah, it immediately gives me indigestion.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is.
So I want to tell you about something. I have.
Sorry, I interrupted.
No. This is about you, but this is going to lead into me asking more questions about you. And so I have 3 daughters. Oldest is in high school. And youngest,
you're a young guy, man.
Yeah,
look at you. Got
oldest
started
school,
early.
Youngest, well, I don't know, but
as soon as you found a woman that was okay with your mouth guard, you started.
My oldest was telling me that at her high school this week they have something called Spirit Week or something like that. I'm sure you had that in high school.
Sounds
right?
familiar.
We're every day of the week.
We got Spirit. Yes, we do.
Right. How about you? Is every day of the week is a different, dress up day, basically. So Monday at their school was pajama day, right? Tuesday was Despicable Me. They were supposed to dress up as someone from one of those movies, Minions or something.
Pixar?
Yeah. So then we're going to Jersey Day was Wednesday. If we're in high school right now and it's Jersey Day, what are you wearing?
Like from now or from when I was in high school?
Either actually. Yeah.
Now, man. Well, I'm all on these Milwaukee Bucks. I'm pretty broke up about them losing, and I love a good shooter. So I'd probably wear me a Chris Middleton Team USA jersey.
Oh,
because when I was in high school, I had a Team USA Reggie Miller jersey.
Okay,
but we got a guy that shoots like that now for the Bucks, so I like that.
Okay.
I'm not good at basketball, but I do claim to be a somewhat decent shooter.
Sure.
When nobody's on the court with me and nobody's watching.
It's because and nobody's watching.
I can put the ball in the hoop. But yeah. Probably Chris Middleton.
Okay.
When I was in high school, though, I mean, it was nothing but Favre. Donald Driver. That was a jersey easiest. My buddy's bachelor party we went to like home opener in Jacksonville. It was a couple years ago, and I found a Donald Driver jersey at the
thrift
store.
Of course.
So
it's the best place to get old jerseys.
It was a great, and I gave it to him with a pair of scissors. So I was like, you're wearing this, but you're cutting the sleeves off. And it was a hit. He loved it. It was right. I mean, if you knew the guy, just a complete dirtbag.
Nice.
So a sleeveless Donald Driver jersey was.
I recently found at a thrift store, which is why I knew you were going there. Remember Jim McMahon played one season for the Chargers. I have an the heavy duty, authentic Jim McMahon Chargers.
Wait, are you a Vikes fan then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
that's fucking. What a wild shirt to have.
And he played for the Vikes for a year or two too.
He played for everybody. Yeah. He had his farewell tour took the better part of 32 seasons.
No shit. So we got 2 more days to get through. So today at the high school is hippie versus Harley day, where you can dress up as a hippie or a biker, I guess. You know those longtime arch enemies.
Sure.
Hippies and bikers.
Yeah, the classic matchup.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you leave here, you better duck down if you see a biker anywhere.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's wild that those two would be separate. I mean, greatest
Easy Rider.
Dennis Hopper.
Yeah.
Dennis Hopper was both.
Yeah, no shit.
I like that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Everyone today at her school should be dressing like Dennis Hopper from Easy Rider. So then tomorrow, this is the one that really I don't understand. Tomorrow's Adam Sandler.
Wow. Cultural icon. No question.
Yeah.
Great Adam Sandler story. I've met Adam Sandler a couple times.
Okay.
Not enough to call him Adam, like I almost did.
The Sandman?
Sandman.
Me and the Sandman.
But that guy is a really cool guy. That guy's a really nice guy. Yeah.
Is there a story?
Largo in LA is like one of the best places that I get to perform when they'll have me. And I was on. Pete Holmes is a good friend. We were in Chicago. We kind of came up in Chicago together. And Pete has a show called Living at Largo. It's a phenomenal show. Go see it. If you're ever out in LA, please look it up. It's a great spot. And they do all kinds of shows. They do like Sarah Silverman and Friends and Bill Burr and Friends. It's that place. It's that kind of place.
Yeah.
250 seater. Not a better place in America to watch a show. It's like there with like the Village Underground, this place, Comedy Works Denver, Hilarities in Cleveland. Yeah. It's that level spot. And so secret headliner. Well, and I get there. Fairbanks was also on the show, and we are like kind of like okay. And we're talking to Pete. We're talking to our old manager, who is my current manager, but at the time we were not working together. We had gone our own ways. But he's a very well-known guy in the business. Very good, great guy, awesome guy to work with. His name's Dave Rath.
Oh, and I know that name.
And love you, Dave. And he was there. He manages Pete. And so they were all like, when's he going to get here? When's he going to get here? Pete was already there. So we were like, who's he talking about? And sure enough, in walks Adam Sandler. And he was just getting ready for that special that he taped, the one he taped at like all the different venues. Mm-hmm. And which was an awesome special. And he closes it with the song about Farley.
Yes. Everybody's crying. Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Awesome special. And it was so fucking funny. I mean, I get it. It's a weird day to have in the dress up and go to school day, Adam Sandler day. But I mean, he's made that many movies, And he's that level of comic. I mean, he's that fucking funny. He's got it. And when he was time to shoot a special, he wrote an awesome special. And he had a guy there, playing the key, the keyboard for him for the songs. And we were all hanging out, and he was just like holding court, and he was just doing, Adam Sandler shit. And then I had to go up first. And so I went up first, and I did well. And well enough, I guess, to that nobody came out of the green room. They were all hanging out with Adam Sandler and Pete and the owner of the theater and
Sure.
And Chris was in there. And then Chris goes on after me, and as we're passing each other as he's going on stage, he goes, "You fucking killed. Everybody's talking about it." And I thought he was just busting my chops because I knew good goddamn well nobody was watching my set. And so I go in there and I walk in, and everybody's kind of walking out, and it's just me and Adam Sandler. And I'm like, "Hey, it's great to meet you, man. I'm good friends with the Farleys." Because they're the whole family's from Madison.
Oh, yeah.
And I used to do the Comics Come Home with them, and I know Johnny and Kevin, and Tom Farley was running the Farley Foundation when it was still operating, and they're just the best people. And I said, I just want to say, I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
And he goes, and he doesn't say anything. He doesn't even address the fact that he just looks at me and goes, "Nice set out there." And I was like, "Oh, thank you, man." He goes, "You really stuck it to Wrath." And I was like, I laughed because I didn't understand what he was saying. I didn't know how. He didn't know me. He didn't know that I had worked with my manager. And how would he know that we stopped working together? While I'm not in the room and nobody's there to, and so, Dave must have said, I used to represent these guys or whatever.
Yeah.
And I laughed. I was like, no. And he goes, no. You really stuck it to Wrath.
That's so awesome.
He didn't watch my set. And the thing that I love about that is it's obviously so unnecessary.
It's so Hollywood.
But it's like he hasn't had a manager in years.
Sure.
He's got an agent.
Yeah.
He's not paying. He makes fucking $50 million deals with Netflix or whatever the fuck it is for fucking 3 movie deals.
Yeah.
He's not giving that away to a manager.
Yeah.
He has long since remembered what it was like to have a manager that you may or may not feel good about what they're doing for your career or whatever, or to the point where you would have to part ways. It's like, it was such a locker room guy thing to do. I was just like, just to have even that in your head when you're meeting somebody, to like be able to access, like to empathize and like kind of like identify with somebody who was just in a way different part of the business.
That's so great.
I thought it was cool, man. I thought it was pretty fucking awesome.
If it was Adam Sandler Day at your high school, which Adam Sandler would you try to impersonate?
Opera Man. Or hold up.
Opera Man.
God, what if it would have to be SNL. I wouldn't go. I mean,
Opera Man.
Yeah.
Oh, those were great.
What's another classic SNL Sandler character?
Well, the Canteen Boy. Remember that one?
How do you? Oh man, I think of him just being like a random guy in so many sketches.
No.
You remember the one where Alec Baldwin is the? Remember the one where Alec Baldwin is the French teacher that doesn't care if you speak correct French. He just wants you to speak it like bala 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 boo, bala 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 woo la la. That's what Sandler's asking if he can like go to the bathroom or something, and like Alec Baldwin's like, je voudrais aller à la salle de bain, and he's like, oh no, that's Farley. Farley's like, je voudrais aller, non, je voudrais aller à la salle de bain.
I do remember that now.
And then Farley is like, bleu, 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 allez, bleu, des bleus. And Baldwin's like, oui, merci, boy. He sends it to Sandler was in that sketch. Oh my God, that was a funny show. That was a great cast.
I have a feeling not one kid in that high school has seen those characters.
Never. I don't even know if that's on
They're
YouTube.
All must be one of his Netflix movies or something.
Yeah, it's got to be like Little Nicky or I mean, fuck.
I would
Dude, what was
imagine.
the one he did with Ben Stiller? The dramatic. I mean, now he's Uncut Gems. I mean, he's doing.
Oh yeah,
He's doing
with Kevin Garnett.
right.
Right.
It's so fun. Uncut Gems. It's so fun.
That's right.
It's so funny to see him. I mean, he's so hilarious.
We're
but-
getting to that time that we talked
Yeah.
about where you need to hit the road. I have one
Okay.
more thing I want to ask you about.
Yeah,
But it
holler.
really has nothing to very little to do with comedy. But
Thank God.
right. There's 3 things. Let's see, that are all coming out. Either they just did in the last week or are like in the next 24 hours. New Top Gun movie, the Obi-Wan Kenobi series on Disney Plus, and the George Carlin documentary. Which one piques your interest the most?
Well, obviously, Top Gun, if it's good, which I've heard it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
So I'm all in
Okay.
on Top Gun.
Yeah.
But I definitely, I just skipped right to the second half of the Carlin doc. I want to watch the first half too, but I just was like, I had to pick one, and I was a big fan. I had a feeling they were going to go into, because he did make such a hard turn
Yeah.
in his career, and it was fascinating. I got to watch the first half. I got to watch the first half because there's all the stuff with his daughter and his first wife. That's like, the kind of like who he is kind of stuff.
Yep.
But I did watch the second half, and it was true. It was interesting to hear how he wasn't getting booked in like
Yep.
in the middle there, like right around the turn, like at early 80s.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
he
yeah.
had
I've
to
read
like
some books about him.
that's crazy.
Obi-Wan. Star Wars. You a Star Wars guy?
Sure, I'm in. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm in. I loved The Mandalorian. I think they're doing a great job with the reboots.
Yeah.
And I thought the next one they're shooting is the what's her name? She was in The Mandalorian. She had the big
Brandon, what's her name?
Yeah, but the actress
Rosario
Dawson has a
Yes,
spinoff series.
Yes.
I mean, I'm excited for the Obi-Wan series. It's God, I'm so bad with actors' names.
Ewan McGregor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, he's great.
Yeah.
He's great.
Mhm.
You can't get better than Ewan McGregor. I'll that's why I remembered his name. I'll watch that. I'm into it, but it's definitely not Top Gun George Carlin status. Not
Yeah.
for me. I'm sure they do a great job. I really appreciate their all the details in the Mandalorian. And I watched the second season. Some people were bashing on the second season. It was okay.
A little bit. Yeah.
I love that they used Oliphant. I thought he was great. But that second season, when the kid showed up with the shiny motorcycles, I was
Didn't
like,
I come in and tell you, Brandon? I hated that.
what was the fucking deal?
I fucking hated that.
How hard do these kids have it? How valuable is water if they have enough of it to wash their fucking motorcycles? Like, what are we doing with these kids and the shine? Why does everything have to have an episode at the mall for like? Come on,
I know.
dude.
I'm surprised they weren't wearing Nikes or something, right?
Right. I mean, I thought, can't we embrace the filth of our own existences? Do kids these days needs to? It's literally shiny objects.
Yeah.
Ruined that second half of that series. What the fuck was that? I could not get over it.
No, I couldn't either.
They might as well have had fucking strings.
I almost gave up on it after that episode.
Me too,
Yeah.
dude. I stopped watching it for a couple weeks, and I was like,
Exactly.
well,
I took like 3 weeks off, and I'm like, all right,
I saw a
fine.
clip from like a later episode. I was like, well, what's that then?
Yeah.
And then
Exactly.
it was too much.
Yeah,
It was too much.
completely agree.
But other than that, I think they're doing a pretty good job. Favreau really is like kind of hit a stride with the Star Wars universe. So
You need to get going. You have to go do some more media somewhere, and this has been fantastic. Thank you,
Justin. Thank you for
so
having
much.
me. Yeah.
This will be out. We're going to get this available as soon as possible. So if people are
Cool.
listening to this and you're still in town, come and see a show.
Yeah, come out. This place is great. It's an honor to be here. Minneapolis is awesome. This place is awesome.
Do you have any idea where, once this special is recorded, where it will end up?
No, sir.
don't? Okay.
I mean, it'll be a new album for sure. So you
Okay.
can follow me on Spotify, Apple Music. Hopefully, you hear me on Sirius XM satellite radio. And you can follow me at Twitter and Instagram, Nate Craig Live on Twitter, or on Instagram and TikTok, Hype Man on Twitter. And please come. If you're in Chicago, come to the taping. I would love to have you. It's an incredible spot. We'll have a jazz organist making the evening flow, and it's going to be dope.
Will you be wearing a suit, yes or no?
Hell yes. Hell yes.
Boom.
Ooh. I just got priced out of a pocket square. I can't pay $200 for a pocket square. I cannot justify a $200 pocket square.
No, you still got time to find it.
Right down the street here in this big Willie neighborhood that we're in right now. $200. I was like,
you made a good decision.
We gotta do a deal here on this pocket square. But yes, please. I don't know where we're gonna sell it. We'll try to sell it. Hopefully, I knock it out, and it's we can take some various outlets will take meetings with us. But in the meantime, I just got to focus on getting it done. So
thank you, Nate.
Hopefully somewhere good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Justin.